I have seen this topic discussed in all over YouTube shorts and made me think, who would win in a battle, live-action Avengers or live-action Justice League? So in this video I am going to power scale both teams and find out who would win in a battle, so let's get started. I have to mention this is scaling of live-action version, not the comic book counterpart. While every hero would be far stronger than the live-action adaptation, and secondly I am going to use the OG 6 so in DCU side no Black Adam or Shazam, or any other team. Same goes to MCU, only 6 OG members. Let's start with DCU. In the first movie Superman was strong enough to destroy the world engine, and in Man of Steel novelization the time limit given is around few weeks. The words were taught this way. A couple was 2. A few was 3 to 4, and it has to be 3 weeks since 4 would result in a month. On to the contrary believes the world engine's purpose is not to create mass or add mass, since if mass is increased volume will also be increased, but we know the volume of Earth will be the same, so rather it's a gravity weapon, and to tamper with Earth's gravity. While it increased the mass somehow there is an alternate way to do it by increasing the density of planets, since objects that are denser have a greater concentration of mass, thus creating a larger gravitational pull than a same-sized object with lower density and volume is constant. The density is directly proportional to the mass. This means that at constant volume, the density will increase as mass increases. With this energy blasted by World Engine, around 70.03 petatons of TNT per second, and tanked its full force for 30 seconds, making his durability over 322.66 petatons of TNT, and Zod was able to hurt him, and both Zod and Superman was equally strong, making his attack potency around 322.66 petatons of TNT, and it took an angered Superman to defeat him. A reasonable bottom line estimate for the increase in strength due to anger would be around 10 to 20%. This range captures the typical boost in physical performance observed in various studies, though individual responses may differ, and if we take it as high as 20% then angered Superman would be around 387.19 petatons of TNT. Later fought Doomsday, who is strong as the original Doomsday, who destroyed one of Krypton's moon, and Superman fought on par with him, making him around 26.68 exatons of TNT. Young Darkseid is described as world destroyer or capable of turning worlds into ash, and old Steppenwolf is comparable to young Darkseid, placing him around 47.80 zetatons of TNT or small planet level, and resurrected Superman was able to bully him without any effort, placing him at 143.4 zetatons of TNT or planet level.
You know, thousands of years ago, looking for this thing that he had heard was hidden somewhere in the universe. He'd been searching all these planets, destroying them probably in his quest.
Turns him to dust, he says.
Turns him to dust. So he finds.
In his first flight, he was fast enough to fly from Ellesmere to Mount Kilimanjaro with the speed of 2,905,187.79 kilometers per hour, but his top speed is when he reached orbital satellite within 5 seconds. A satellite reaches exactly 42,164 kilometers from the center of the Earth, about 36,000 kilometers from Earth's surface. It enters a sort of sweet spot in which its orbit matches Earth's rotation, placing him at 25,920,000 kilometers per hour, and resurrected Superman also got faster than Steppenwolf, making him around 77,760,000 kilometers per hour. He also have abilities like heat vision, X-ray vision, superhuman strength, speed, senses, durability, and cold breath. Next we have Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman showed up during Batman vs. Superman should be the strongest version, since both movies are prequel to this movie. It was stated she is as strong as Doomsday, making her around 26.68 exatons of TNT or moon level, and it's highly doubt she got stronger in the 2 years, since all of Justice League excluding Superman combined wouldn't be able to defeat Steppenwolf. Diana is fast enough to catch lightning and deflect lightning in first and second movie, making her around 434,522.88 kilometers per hour, and was able to keep up with base Superman during Batman vs. Superman, making her speed around 25,920,000 kilometers per hour. Her abilities include superhuman strength, speed, and durability, and equipped with unbreakable magic lasso of truth, which can force someone to speak truth. Aquaman's strength should be comparable to Wonder Woman, making him around 26.68 exatons of TNT. Flash in his regular speed, he is fast enough to keep up with resurrected Superman, making his speed around 77,760,000 kilometers per hour, but he has one rule: not to go beyond speed of light, so his casual speed is not light speed. But in Zack Snyder Cut, Flash broke the rule to go far faster than speed of light. 1.6 times, or 60%, increase in speed can reasonably be considered far faster in many contexts, making his speed around 1,726,400,000 kilometers per hour. He is strong enough to kill Kryptonian soldiers during Flashpoint film, which should place him around 270.76 petatons of TNT. Meanwhile, Cyborg is strong enough to channel the full force of Flash's lightning into the mother box to separate it, placing him around 270.76 petatons of TNT, and has ability to hack into electronics and machines. And Batman is a brilliant strategist, and with peak human strength, endurance, and intelligence. With this, we covered the OG6 of the DCEU, so let's get to Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the first movie, it was calculated by Tony Stark that Mark I arc reactor can produce around 3 gigajoules per second, which is in comparison a nuclear plant can produce around 1 gigajoules per second. Arc reactor can produce around 3 times that of nuclear plant. Mark II arc reactor can produce around 8 gigajoules per second. An overall Mark II suit at full capacity can produce around 82.60 kilotons of TNT or town level. During Iron Man 2, he used a powerful laser which in comic tie-in is calculated to be around 200 petawatts. Most considered this as non-canon or energy produced is too high, which Marvel later clarified which of the tie-in comics are considered canonical MCU stories. In Iron Man 2, Nick Fury talks about Howard Stark dream and how is arc reactor going to make nuclear power look like AAA battery. In his notes which Tony read, we see a hypercube, and in Shield Files Tesseract is stated to be hypercube. And since Howard studied the cube for decades, this could mean he modeled the arc reactor based on Tesseract. And in the Iron Man 2 novelization, element now powering the arc reactor is vibranium, so it should be feasible to produce that much power. The laser could be calculated to be around 47.80 megatons of TNT or city level. While the laser is very taxing in power, similar to the Unibeam, and Unibeam needs around 30% of the suit's power, so the overall power is around 159.33 megatons of TNT or mountain level. In Avengers movie, he took the full force of Thor's lightning, which in the first movie left a crater so large it could be seen from space. VFX team said that the hole's 100 times bigger than Grand Canyon, and Databook backs it up further by stating Thor destroyed an ice continent. If we consider it as regular lightning, it would be around 1.20 kilotons, but this would be 68.83 times weaker than the Mark II chess piece in Iron Man 2. Fury said that full potential of the arc reactor would make nuclear power look like AAA batteries, and if we take that analogy in face value, the Mark III chess piece should produce 101 million gigajoules per second, or 101,000 times stronger than a regular lightning. But the lightning overcharged the suit to have additional 400%, and Tony was able to create a gauntlet that could hold all Infinity Stones, which could light up entire continent, and light up is a slang meant to destroy something rather than powering, and Tony's gauntlet was more efficient than Uru gauntlet, which speaks volume about Stark's tech. And in both scenario, Thor charged up his lightning before doing that feat in the exact way, while in Thor 1 he supercharged his hammer to give the blow. That feat would be calculated around 180.15 petatons of TNT. This would calculate Iron Man power around 45.04 petatons of TNT or multi-continental level. During the events of Iron Man 3, arc reactor power output is increased around 1,000 folds, placing his power around 45.04 exatons of TNT moon level. And during Age of Ultron, we get introduced to Hulkbuster, who is powered by 11 arc reactor, making it over 495.44 exatons of TNT small planet level, got pulverized by Raging Hulk, who could eventually destroy the planet itself. Mark 50 suit was strong enough to tank the full force of the Power Stone, which could nearly drill a hole in Thor's head. While in the fight in Titan, Thanos was restricted to not kill anyone unnecessarily, which was demonstrated in the start of Titan battle and during his battle on Earth. But once he found out Stark's identity, he went for the kill blow. And at the end of the battle, he was going to disintegrate Stark using 4 stones, and the only other time he used all stones was against Stormbreaker Thor. Regardless, Power Stone nearly bore through Thor's skull, the same Thor who could withstand the full force of Neutron Star. Compared to that, he withstood its force for few minutes. A few means 3 to 4, which means it should at max be 4 minutes, while he could only take the stone's power nearly 25 to 30 seconds max. And if we assume that he could tank its full force nearly a minute, then the stone should at least be 3 times more powerful than the neutron star. The full force of the neutron star is around 172.08 yotatons of TNT or large planet level, and the Power Stone should emit around 516.24 yotatons of TNT or large planet level, which the Mark 50 suit did a better job tanking its full force than Thor. We know that Iron Man armor could tank nearly 4 times that of its input. During the Avengers scene, he was able to withstand nearly 400% of his own power, so the potential output of Mark 50 armor should be around 129.06 yotatons of TNT or large planet level. Tony Stark's 85th and final Iron Man suit in Endgame utilized Wakandan energy tech to prevent nanotech depletion. Mark II suit is fast enough to create a sonic cone around him, implying he is moving faster than the speed of sound. And he actually outran the F-22 Raptor at one point, which has a top speed of 1,500 miles per hour, or faster than Mach 2.2 with afterburners. In Mark 50 suit, he is fast enough to reach the Q ship, placing his travel speed at about 2.7 miles per second, or 9,720 miles per hour or 15,642.82 kilometers per hour. That is about 12.6 times the speed of sound. His reaction speed in Iron Man 2, he is fast enough to dodge missile, making his reaction speed around Mach 7, and in the Prelude comics he is fast enough to react to laser beam, which makes his reaction speed around 0.0000439 seconds, nearly 250 times faster than the speed of sound or 308,700 kilometers per hour. And even during Infinity War he was fast enough to block the Power Stone, which in the Guardians movie, Eson the Searcher used it on the planet to destroy all of civilization, and energy took around 3 seconds to cover the entire planet. And if we assume it was same size as Earth, then the energy spreads out at an approximate radial speed of 7,360 kilometers per second or 26,496,000 kilometers per hour, and Iron Man could react to it and form a shield before it reached the halfway point. To block the energy beam before it reaches the halfway point, you would need to move at a speed of approximately 7,359,976.59 meters per second or 26,495,915.72 kilometers per hour. The armor provides superhuman strength, speed, durability, and its airtight seal doesn't leak air, makes it space-proof. Surface reforming/augmentation. The armor is capable of forming a wide variety of weapons and tools on its surface, including arm cannons, extra thrusters, wings, and shields of variable size and form. Extreme internet connection. The Mark L is capable of being connected to the internet in the upper atmosphere. External nanostructure deployment. The suit is capable of shooting some of its armor material to form structures to accomplish a wide variety of tasks. There is also a wide range of weapons such as repulsor cannons, energy displacer cannons, nano hand blades, nano cutter, battering rams, energy mallets, foot clamps, automatic energy blasters, energy blade, nano shields, energy displacer sentries, nano foot mega thrusters. We have already discussed about first movie Thor's feat, which placing him around 180.15 petatons of TNT or multi-continental level, and during the Infinity War he was able to tank the full force of Neutron Star for few minutes, and tanked it, placing him around 172.08 yotatons of TNT. Then we have Awakened form. In this form, Thor could destroy the Rainbow Bridge in one strike, and in regular form, it would take over 10 strikes with his hammer to do that, so it's a 10 times multiplier for his Awakened form. The Awakened Thor would be around 1.72 ronatons of TNT or large planet level, and same Thor would get beaten off-screen by Thanos, which would make him around 3 times stronger, or it would make him around 5.16 ronatons of TNT or large planet level. Thor with Stormbreaker could break through the energy of 6 Infinity Stones, which could shoot a beam at full potential of 3.10 ronatons of TNT, and could slice through it with ease, making Stormbreaker Thor around 6.2 ronatons of TNT or large planet level. Thor's hammer could reach the edge of space in less than 3 seconds, placing its speed around 96,000 kilometers per hour. But in Thor: Love and Thunder, Jane was able to search all around the world within sunrise, and around the world, or around the globe, is an idiom meaning all over the world, or everywhere in the world. When Jane left, it should be around 12:30 to 1 a.m., and the setting take place in Norway, most likely near Tonsberg. The same location Tesseract was found in the first Captain America movie, and movie took place during June 6th. The film is set 8 years after Thor and Foster broke up, around 2024, and sunrises during 4:08 a.m., giving approximately 3 hours 19 minutes to cover the entire surface area of Earth within that time, making her speed around 307,530,000 kilometers per hour. In base form, Hela was able to catch Thor's hammer in ease, but later he was able to fight on par with her in the awakened form, so the form also provides a speed boost of 10 times. If we take the base speed of Thor's same speed as Jane, then his base speed should be around 307,530,000 kilometers per hour, and awakened form speed is around 3,075,300,000 kilometers per hour, or 2.85 times the speed of light. His abilities include superhuman strength, superhuman durability, superhuman agility, flight, electricity generation, storm manipulation, enchantment, power bestowal, electricity generation, Bifrost summoning, armor creation. Hulk in Infinity War is considered to be as strong as Thanos, but Thanos won not because of brute strength, but due to his superior fighting tactics. This was mentioned during interview by Russo brothers. Loki was also confident that Hulk could take on Thanos after witnessing his brother was defeated off-screen by Thanos.
Stunt team, when we were executing, was Hulk is obviously very powerful, but he's a little mindless in his fighting style. It's aggressive, it's pummeling. Thanos is the Genghis Khan of the universe. He's a very skilled fighter, equally as strong. So when you put those two up against each other, the more skilled fighter is going to win.
Then Hulk should be around 5.16 ronatons of TNT, or large planet level, and he is fast in combat speed to be on par with awakened Thor, and placing his speed around 3,075,300,000 kilometers per hour, or 2.85 times the speed of light, and his abilities include superhuman strength, superhuman durability, superhuman speed, superhuman agility, regenerative healing factor, radiation immunity. After the stats of each and every character is laid out, I can say that Iron Man can take on Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg combined. The only win condition is if Cyborg can hack into Iron Man's suit, but considering with his advanced AI tech, it should be hard for him to do that. Thor could single-handedly take on all League members combined. He is faster than the Flash, stronger than Superman, and this not including Endgame Thor, who the Russo brothers considers to be the strongest version of Thor, or the Love and Thunder version.